Hello there and welcome to episode 6 of my self-employment vlog. And well, what can I say really? What's been happening this week? Well, what hasn't been happening except for coronavirus. That's pretty much everything that's dominated our lives for the last week. The decision was made as well for schools to close, which means that that's it really. Schools won't be open now until most likely September, which is crazy when you think that we're coming towards the end of March. Schools will be opening for pupils of key workers, and I'm obviously obligated until Easter to go in and support and help out there. After Easter, you know, I'm officially finished as a school teacher at my school. I think yesterday was my sort of what felt like my last day in terms of teaching. Certainly in terms of teaching a full class music. Anything that I do now in school up until Easter is likely to be just kind of support. So I think very different. I felt very low yesterday. It was hard work getting in, and I think when I think about my last day of teaching, I kind of imagine it as an exciting and happy and, you know, kind of sad as well, but generally a happy and exciting moment. And I was looking at my video 2019 and beyond, and you can see a real sparkle in my eyes, a real sense of excitement for the future and how 2020 was going to be this great adventure. And you can probably tell there's no sparkle in my eyes today, and I don't think there will be for some time. I'm finding it very hard at the moment to deal with everything, and I know everyone's in the same position at the moment, but I think the thing that I'm struggling with the most is just for the last, I guess, 4, 5, maybe even 6 months, I've been living a dual life. I've been going in teaching and being a classroom teacher, but alongside that I've been working, you know, tirelessly, building up my self-employment, you know, making connections, you know, putting things in place so that I could leave school knowing that I had work. And I've worked so hard to get that up and running, and now that's just been destroyed, absolutely destroyed and obliterated. You know, as a piano teacher, you know, schools are closing, so that's gone. You know, younger people are obviously, you know, and older people as well are self-isolating and perhaps not wanting to have lessons. Now, obviously, I know a lot of people are starting to maybe look at possibly teaching online, which is something that I'm obviously, you know, very happy to do as well. But the security of having regular pupils, that's gone. I was planning to go out busking. That was going to be quite a big part of my life. I was going to go out and, you know, I had these kind of feelings of being out in the sun, you know, lovely kind of summer days, out playing music, people just going by, you know, just picking up bits and pieces here, and that's gone. So what am I left with? Really nothing. And you know, there's not really an end point that this is going to get better, you know, so there's literally nothing I can do. So I'm offering my services to my school for the final term. If they need me to go in and help support, that would obviously help me financially and hopefully help the school. But you know, they may not want to pay me extra money to go in and help and support if they've got, you know, their actual full-time teaching staff who would be kind of obliged to do it. So, you know, I know that I'm going to be quite low down in the pecking order of that, but you know, I put my name forward. I'm pushing things forward. Some of the things that I had planned for the winter, like writing books and releasing new music, I've kind of fast forwarded now, and I'm starting to do that now. So I'm going to try and get my Stargazer album out like soon as I possibly can, like within weeks. And I'm going to do a new album as well. I don't know what it's going to be, what it's going to sound like, but it's going to be another album that I'm going to put out there as well. Obviously, I've got my new Mike Oldfield book coming out at the end of April, and I've got a Jean-Michel Jarre book that I was planning to write more in the summer, so I'm going to try and move that forward as well. But of course, I need to watch out for costs, you know, costs of making books, making CDs and things. So at the moment, in terms of my new albums, like Stargazer and the new album, they're going to be released as digital downloads, so that it's takes some of the strain off me for actually manufacturing costs. And hopefully in the future I can release it as a CD down the line, but at the moment I've got to watch, you know, my outgoings very, very carefully. So yeah, very, very difficult times at the moment, and you know, we're all living through history. I mean, I think we're so used to reading about things in our history books that it's sometimes easy to forget that sometimes, you know, we may end up being in those history books in the future. And I think, you know, we're living through a period of time that's going to be written up in history books in many years to come. How we kind of get through this and what's going to happen, I mean, I'm feeling pretty low now, and I know that we're not even anywhere near the kind of peak of things at the moment. So God knows what it's going to be like next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I've got no idea, literally no idea. I just know it's going to be a rough ride. So I'm at that low ebb at the moment. I'm trying my hardest to kind of put in place plans to help myself survive. You know, I have some savings. I kind of just didn't really want to be using them straight away, but I may have to at the moment. That's it. I've got nothing else really to share. I would like to say to the pupils that I've taught over the last 6.5 years or so, thank you for, you know, allowing me to teach you. I hope some of you have gained something from my lessons. I hope you've enjoyed my lessons. I've always tried my best to impart my kind of knowledge and my experience, and also to try and stress the importance of music on our mind, our mental health and our well-being. You know I've made a fair few enemies along the way, which was never my intention, but it is what it is. You can't be friends with everyone, you can't be liked by everyone. I sure as hell have learnt that over the last couple of years. But I hope, you know, I mean, obviously I can't name names, but there are some pupils out there that I've taught that I, you know, will miss. And I know that they're going to be brilliant in the future. They're going to go off and they're going to do great things, and they're going to be amazing people. So I hope those people know who they are. And, you know, I thank you for letting me teach you. I didn't think I would end my teaching career in this way, but, you know, shit happens. Anyway, I'm going to sign off for now, and I've put some links in the description box. I've put together a playlist of chilled out kind of music to help lift spirits and make us feel just maybe a little bit happier in these uncertain times. It's all of my own original music, but I think music that I feel has the power to maybe kind of add a bit of joy to our lives, particularly whilst we're kind of housebound for quite a while. So please do check that out. I've also included a link to my Patreon for anyone who would like to support me as an artist. You know, but I understand that's not going to be possible for everyone. But, you know, anyone who feels that they would like to support me, even just as little as £5 a month, you know, you'll get rewards each month. I'll be sending, you know, exclusive stuff for you. But I understand that not everyone can do that. But if you can, I'd be absolutely over the moon. Yeah, that's it. I'll speak to you next week. Next Friday will be the next episode, and we'll see where we are, and we'll check in. Look after yourselves, take care, and continue being nice, kind and loving to each other. See ya.